How do you know if a girl's into you? Firstly, I will say that you should assume it if in doubt. So don't be completely delusional, but I have a policy called round up, which means that if you think that there's a chance, like if for example, if it's 50-50, she likes you or doesn't like you, assume she likes you, because assuming she likes you is going to be a lot more beneficial than assuming she doesn't. It's going to lead to better behaviors from you. It's going to lead to you conveying things into the interaction that are going to make her like you more. It's going to lead to you acting more confidently, more charismatically, etc. So obviously at a 50-50, you want to round up in your favor and assume she likes you rather than not. But actually you want to even say it's like 20-80, 20% she likes you, 80% she doesn't, you're still probably better off rounding up. So in general, you're better off assuming that she likes you than assuming she doesn't. Okay, so that's the first thing is if you be your own biggest fan, be your own, biggest cheerleader, so to speak, and assume the best about yourself and about the interaction rather than the worst. It's just going to do you better. But that said, there are a lot of signs that will tell you empirically that it is going well, and also will kind of tell you when it is good to move to the later phases, when it's good to move on, to a more connection phase, and it will tell you when it's okay to get more physical. It'll tell you things like that, when it's okay to invite her on a date, take her home, etc. Those kind of things. And so some indicators of that. So the easiest one is her participation. Right? If when the conversation goes silent, she continues talking when she doesn't have to, that's a pretty good indicator because that means she wants to talk and she cares about keeping the conversation going, even if it's actual work for her to do so. So that's one absolutely huge one. Another one is how she's responding to what you say. When you say something funny, does she laugh? When you tease, does she laugh, right? Or does she seem spaced out and ignoring you and more engaged with her phone? That would obviously be a bad sign if she wasn't paying attention to you. So the amount of attention she's paying to you, the amount that she's being reactive to you is very, very useful. Then there are physical mannerisms. Laughing, I already mentioned. Blushing, giggling and laughing are the same thing. Running her hand through her hair. In a social setting, if she seems to want to spend time around you, if she seems to constantly hover or find herself near you just by accident, that can be a pretty good sign that she likes you. So those are good things. Obviously, if in a longer term thing, if she's reaching out to call you, reaching out to text you, initiating contact, that's obviously a very, very positive thing. Final thing that's really, really positive is what's called qualifying. So if the girl starts what we call qualifying to you, meaning trying to impress you, trying to justify herself, trying to prove something to you, trying to convince you to like her, any behaviors like that are very, very positive behaviors. And I think I don't think I mentioned this exactly. I mentioned physical behaviors. Another physical behavior is anything preening, like fixing her hair, or slightly nervous gestures that don't come with anything negative. So if the girl seems nervous and negative, that's bad. But if the girl seems generally positive but a little bit nervous, like she's nervous, but she's positive, but she's biting her finger or fidgeting a little bit, but otherwise seems really positive and smiley and giggly, those tend to be really good things because nervous energy means there's a lot going on emotionally inside her. So nervousness can be either good or bad, but all things being equal, if things are going well, more nervousness means they're going even more well than if she wasn't at all nervous or if she wasn't, concerned about how you seem to think of her. So those are kind of indicators you want to look for. But again, I do want to reiterate, you can look for indicators all day long. A lot of guys get too caught up in looking for indicators. They get too caught up in does she like me, does she not? And they're so worried they stop acting their best, right? So you're better off usually assuming she likes you if in doubt. But if you need some signs or if you'd like some indicators for timing and for next steps, what I've just given you are some pretty good ones you could use.